All right, Big Mike, man, I got to ask you about this big news story because there's a certain thing that's going on in the country. Now, this is way out of left field, man. You know, not our usual material, but the president actually had the National Guard deployed to D.C., man. They've been combing the streets of D.C. along with the police. There hasn't been a murder in 10 days, you know what I'm saying? And now it's looking like they're going to be actually sending the National Guard to Chicago and several other big cities like St. Louis, Detroit, L.A. to try to cut down on the crime. What do you think about this situation?
I mean, if they going to send them there and keep them now? And you can make some peace for 10 days. But then when you pull them soldiers back up out of that, that's what everybody going to do. What they was doing before you came. What, you gonna stay on the streets the whole time? You gonna have a National Guard walk in the streets every day, all day? That's the only way you gonna be able to keep it down. Cause soon as them soldiers, them National Guards go to sleep or y'all feel like y'all done, people gonna pop right back out and them bodies gonna start right back dropping, my boy.
That's a good point. So you think this is only a strategy this is a short-term fix, right? Because right now in D.C., you know, people are going out in the streets and there's two sides. There's people who don't like the feeling of having the city occupied by military carrying weapons, and they just started carrying weapons within the last day or so. They weren't carrying weapons at first, you know what I mean? Now they're actually armed to the T, you know what I'm saying? Walking around the city of D.C., but, you know, then you have the other side, the D.C. residents, the people who've been there since the 80s. And they there's a lot of people who like it. The fact that it's actually walkable cities like in their neighborhood, their part of D.C. where, you know, the crime was extremely high. So it's like you got those two sides of it. There's people who hate it. There's people who love it. What do you think this would do to a city like Chicago?
I mean, you can't be everywhere, so. But it will kind of have an effect because people will be like, nah, but them National Guards, they know you deploying them with no gun. You will have to, the first day they touched the rack, they gonna have to have them pipes.
Yeah, they had them on hand in D.C., but it wasn't like they were walking around with sidearms or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't walking.
They got to walk around with guns and style.
So you saying if they go to Chicago, they better have the weapons out day one.
Smoke a police in Chicago. You think they ain't gonna shoot one of them? And you ain't got no gun?
That would be a big somebody get arrested for. Well, I guess they might not care. Go ahead. What do you think?
Man, they ain't got no gun. Ain't nobody worried about that. People that dudes be crashing out of killing police in Chicago. You think they worried about killing the National Guard that ain't got no gun?
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. So I'm guessing when they show up to Chicago, they probably will be armed from day one, like having weapons on them, you know what I mean? But that's an interesting situation because could you picture armed National Guards, 20,000 each quarter, you know, 2,200, two on each corner or whatever, just in your city in Southside Chicago? Like what is that? Can you picture that? It's a little crazy. It's crazy to see it in D.C. D.C., especially that part of D.C. that they show on camera, is already very nice, and crime was kind of going down, so it's wild to see that in Chicago. I don't know. I couldn't picture it either. What do you, like?
I can't picture it, but if he do it, he gonna do it. Donald Trump do what he want to do. He making the publicity stuff to me. Everybody got something to do with Obla. Even the president of the United States.
Yeah. He basically saying he gonna have the National Guard in O-Block. So at that point, what do you do? Because now you have a full military, you know what I'm saying, a full section of the military occupying your city or your part of the city, man. That makes it interesting, man. I just wonder what that would look like, man.
They ain't doing nothing but giving people extra security. That dude's gonna be like, yeah, I can walk to this though. They got them National Guards right there. They got them AR-15s up there. I could walk to this store now, and they ain't gonna be able to do nothing to me, or they go get in the back. Like, it's gonna be like a whole bunch of lasers. just weirder stuff going on, man. They tweaking. If they go do what they call that, declare martial law.
I don't know about that part, but I've heard those rumors and stuff before. But it basically just saying that this is a deployment to clean up crime in those cities. And the difference is escaping me because it's not regular for the U.S. military to be in a U.S. city. Actually, it's not even supposed to happen. Like the military to have armed, be armed and walking amongst civilians. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to happen. That's why a lot of, when you go off base and stuff, you don't bring arms or weapons unless it's your personal with you and things like that. You know what I mean?
Dumb folk do what they want to do, though.
True. That's very true. That is very true, man. So this is wild, man. So how do you think Chicago will react?
Some people, it's gonna bring. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna bring some relief to some people though, because then people go for like, okay, now I know I could go walk outside right now, and you know what I'm saying, I probably got a better chance at not catching the bullet than before. So a lot of people gon', kind of be relieved, because they relieved for their kids. They ain't worried, worried 24/7 that one of their kids gonna end up being shot if they walk out the door, because it's a whole bunch of gang, standing on the corner, or everybody out there with guns, or somebody probably gonna ride up and start shooting. So a lot of people gonna have some relief, but a lot of people gonna be mad.
And that's the situation they're seeing in D.C. right now, because you have long-time residents. Most of them are black, black Americans and whatnot. And they like, man, we actually like this because this neighborhood's so bad that I couldn't go to the corner just at any time. I couldn't do this at any time. And now I can go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird situation with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some people definitely gonna be mad because they gonna be in a lot of people's way with that, but we'll see how that go. I want to see when he say he gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't know, because, it's usually the National Guard. So it would be the National Guard for the state being mobilized by the president. So I don't know how it's going to work, because the governor of Illinois doesn't want it to happen. He doesn't want it at all. And the mayor of Chicago doesn't want it at all either.
They already know what Donald Trump on, man. Donald Trump he making a power move, man. This a play to get some publicity. Yeah, I'm the one who sees O Block and all whatever he trying to do, man. I told you, everybody wants something to do with O Block.
Definitely. But having the National Guard outside O Block, that's crazy, man. That's pretty crazy.
Come on now, this is gonna be safer. But it ain't really gonna stop nothing from going on. People still gonna be doing what they do. The murder rate definitely will go down if you do it, but people still gonna do what they do. You ain't gonna be able to stop everything from happening.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll actually even see if this happens, because right now it seems like just a proposal. Some people are taking it as a threat, but, he seems pretty like he's gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And usually when he says he's going to do something, he does it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what the big bad wolves do next.